Hello, SpeedGaming too. Hope you're all doing well today. So we've got a race here, a semifinal between Kaiserkrister and Primal85. Let me just briefly talk how we got here because it's been a few weeks. So Primal85 got here by beating first me, and then by getting past Brett Souza, while Kaiserkrister got here by beating Dark Terex and then Scarf. So this is a semifinal match. It is a best of 3. And the winner of this goes on to face Feral Pigman for the championship. The loser goes on to the bronze match, which is pretty good too. So we've got a good stuff coming up here today. I hope you're ready for it. It looks like we're starting. So we begin with Starman. The reason for that is simply because we get the super arrow from him. Hopefully we'll get a sync up here soon. So Starman's level, you notice Mega Man's got some really weird floaty jumps. That's because there's no gravity here, or less gravity than normal at least. Thank you for the sync. So, what we're going to see now is collecting the letter M. So I believe both players are playing the Japanese version. In each level there is a letter, which corresponds to Rockman, and then 5. Might be the number 5, might be the Roman numeral 5. I don't remember which one right now, to be honest, but looks like our runners are both collecting numbers, or letters. So this will get them beat after the first 8, after the 8 Robot Master stages, which will come in handy for several bosses later on in the game. So typical in Mega Man games, if you can slide, you want to, because you travel a bit faster that way. Okay, Primal's heading into Starman now. So Starman's got a shield, but you know what, we really don't need to worry about that because you can just stick your hand right through it and with the Mega Buster and you'll be fine, and he won't be. So that's generally what we're going to see here. Okay, bosses is down for both runners. Primal did not get the gravity jump, but Kaiser did, so that saves a couple seconds there. That is basically jump up a few times right before you lose control, and you have a good chance of not getting caught up in the gravity and doing a normal jump. So Gravity Man is next, and thank you SpeedGaming for the raid. Hope you were all doing well today. So now that we got Starman out of the way, we got the super arrow, so we're going to see that here pretty soon. Primal's using it right now. So if you just stand on the super arrow, its energy goes down pretty quickly, but if you kind of just move back and forth off the tip of it, and you don't fall off, you can keep energy going on for a long, long time, which will be very useful because that energy drains fast if you don't. I can tell you that from experience. So a good arrow spot here from Primal, and Kaiser's got a nice one here too. So now for Primal, we're quickly approaching the next letter. And we got it. Okay. Thank you, SpeedGaming Espanol, for the raid as well. It's good to see you all. Hope you're doing well. So Gravity Man is weak to Starman's weapon. And there's 2 ways you can do it. You can just run into him with it, like we're seeing Primal do, and we'll probably see Kaiserkrister do. Or you could also just launch it at him. Either way it works. Sometimes a shot will bring it back up, but no biggie, as long as you got plenty left. We do go through the 8 Robot Masters in this game in order of weakness. It just happens to work out that way, so that's good. Makes routing a lot easier. So next up will be a Gyro Man. Gyro Man's got some really long horizontal screens and two auto scrollers. One that's really short, the one Primal's on right now. He's switching to his arrow, it looks like. Yep, and he's already flying out. The next one will be a bit longer. So climbing in this level is very important with the arrow, getting good precise ones, and you can just see you can just fly right through some of the horizontal sections of this level and avoid the enemies and the land and everything like that, and makes it a whole lot easier, you know. .25 tasks, yeah. Okay, so the next lever here is kind of in a rough spot. Primal gets it with no problem. Yeah, definitely that was a nice backup there. That ladder can be kind of tricky to get. It's easy to miss the jump to get back up on the platform after you grab that ladder sometimes. I've certainly done that before. But no problem here. So Primal's going through the second auto-scroller, and he's done with it. So he's pretty close to Gyro Man. Already beaten Gravity Man. So Gyro Man's pretty easy. You just use gravity, he takes damage. You use it again, he takes damage. There's a timing to it though. You don't want to just tap the button for all it's worth, because then you'll be hitting him during his invincibility phase, which really can, well, you have just enough to kill him with the full amount, so you don't want to really waste it, because if not, then you gotta pull out a buster or something else and start playing dodge the gyro and dodge him himself. So next up will be Crystal Man. Since we're both runners are getting the letters, we will not be seeing the crystal skip unless one of them decides to make a really weird play here all of a sudden. So Crystal Man stage, good chunk of obstacles in it, and also a couple places that was really easy to die at that we're coming up here pretty soon with. You see these things dropping crystals; those will knock you right down to the pits if they can. It's a good arrow there from Primal getting across. And we're in the second round of the crystal droppers here, and nice dodge there using Rush Jet. Really nice Primal. So Kaiser's gotten through the first section there. Into the second. We got this long horizontal stretch here with these enemies that go back and forth. We see them later on in the series. Also, nice use of Rush Jet there too, from Kaiserkrister. Okay, so it looks like Primal has gotten the M-Tank. The M-Tank will refill all of your weapon ammo, plus your rush items, plus speed. Very useful, especially later on in the game, because once you hit the Dark Man and the Wily stages, your weapon energy does not refill between levels. You can only hold one M-Tank at a time. Once you've used it up, though, others will spawn. So for the Crystal Man fight, what you want to do is jump into several of those crystals, preferably 3 of them, and that will cut down a lot of the lag in this fight. And just like that, because the lag's gone, you can get more gyro shots off, and there goes Crystal Man. He is down. Okay, so next up should be Napalm Man, taking a trip to the jungle. Good work on Crystal Man there, Fry Kaiser. So Napalm Man introduces these tigers. They do damage. They can easily body you back and forth, especially in the Proto Man, should I say, Dark Man levels. Primal's coming up in this next screen here to some instant death enemies that will just, they hit you, you die. Those spikes will go right through Mega Man. So it's important to kind of know the timing for when they're coming and to stop them. Okay, so here's the waterfalls. There's a conveyor-like property to the ground there, and they will it'll push you one way or the other. Prime will just kind of avoid a lot of that with the super arrow. And Kaiser's heading into that section too now. Nice super arrow there. Those enemies take a good chunk of hits to destroy and can be really annoying because their hitbox is kind of small. And the missiles are really annoying sometimes. So we're using gravity hold here to destroy the missiles that are coming. That's a great way to get rid of them. Now, Primal switches over to the crystal to get rid of that enemy or two there. Now, for Napalm Man, you want him to shoot his missile at you from the top of his head. You don't want him to actually launch the napalm bombs, because those take longer. It's a longer cycle. You can see right there. Then I believe he always jumps afterwards too. So. It's possible to hit him with the broken crystal balls, but that causes lag after a bit, so the faster you can take care of that, the better. Okay, so we're on to Stone Man's level. So Stone Man's level is kind of long. I've said this previously and I'll say it again. Generally, if you have an underground/mine-like area in a Mega Man game with the exception of Guts Man's level, it's probably going to be a bit long. Between this and Hard Man and Tunnel Rhino, those levels are a bit lengthy compared to the other ones. At least that's how they seem to me. Probably with good play, they'd breeze by just like that. But, well, yeah. So, the Mets in this level, you probably don't want to kill them unless you have to because they spawn mini-Mets, which slightly bogs the game down a bit and just generally is annoying. There's a lot of things in this level that really want to get in your way that would stop you, so... You can see these crawling enemies here that explode upon getting shot or hitting you. So arrow use here is really important, and conserving the ammo for where you really need it's important too, because there's a couple sections that are pretty long horizontal stretches that are in the open, like this one Primal's at right now. Just gliding by, not a care in the world. Pausing the game will delete your super arrow. Well, or at least despawn it, I should say. Deleting it would be really bad because you wouldn't have it in your inventory anymore. So, yeah, you can just slide through that section with no problem, and it's pretty quick. Especially since if you're out of ammo for the super arrow. Now he's see some use of the napalm bomb here. And taking some damage there to take the bottom route and avoid a lot of those Mets. So Stone Man, oh, Kaiser just fell and, ooh, took a death. Ouch. It's a long way down. Not too far away from where it happened though, thankfully, but still, it's, So Stone Man can jump high, he can jump low, he can probably jump in the middle. You don't want him to jump high, because when he jumps high, he just crumbles, and then he has to rebuild himself back up. And while he's crumbled, you can't hurt him. So you want to do as many low and mid jumps as possible. The more low, the better, though, because it's easier to pelt him with napalm, so... Charge Man is next, so it's time for a train ride. This is probably my favorite level in the game. This has got my favorite music. You'll hear it once Kaiser gets to it. Hopefully. So, I'm sure we'll get there. So anyways, we're going to start with some enemies here that drop missiles at you, and we're just going to fly right over them like they're not even there. They take time to kill, and they get really annoying very quickly. Also, oh, not as high as we could have been for that arrow here on top of the train, but oh well. Kaiser took care of Stone Man. So those train enemies, they are invulnerable until they fire. Once they fire, you can kill them like one shot with almost anything. They're actually pretty weak. So here's the chicken and mouse room, where killing enemies is pretty well encouraged, just because they will bog you down to no end and gang up on you really fast, especially between the tiny chickens and the mice. Primal's gotten through there. He's grabbed the letter, which you can get with a nice jump. You don't need a rush coil for it, though you might think you do at first. I'm just gonna slide through the second train top area here. So Kaiser's cleared the first room, and looks like it's decent height here for the and bailed. Okay, so for Charge Man here, you want to use a Buster first, and second actually, then switch to Power Stone. Now, the way Power Stone works is those stones that are circling around you cannot fire again until those stones have left the screen. You want to get as many of them into Charge Man as possible. If you can't, you pause the game, they despawn. And then you can just fire again. Of course, if Charge Man's turned red, he's about to fire. So just let the stuff fly off the screen, because it's going to take the same amount of time regardless at that point between attacks. So that leaves us with Wave Man. There's a long auto-scroller section here. It can't be skipped, but it can be mitigated in that it can be slightly faster. We'll see if Primal will try to do that, but first we gotta talk about Bubble Skip. So there's a long 3-room section in this level that is vertical, and you're supposed to ride bubbles from the bottom area all the way up to a second screen, then to the top of a third screen, and then get off before you die by spike. So we'll see if by using with some super arrow shenanigans if Primal skips the bubbles or not, or if he takes a long way up. Kaiser's heading into the Charge Man fight. Again, using Buster here, then before switching to Power Stone. Okay, Primal is definitely using some arrow stuff here to skip the, he's got the small bubble that you're really not supposed to ride up on for very long, and has already got through, and he's going for the skip. Oh, and something didn't work out, and he's taking the slower way here, riding the boat. Maybe he just didn't get it right, or didn't feel comfortable, or something went wrong. I'm not sure. We'll have to ask later on. It happens. Kaiser has taken down Charge Man, so Wave Man will be next for them as well. Okay, so Primal's hit the there's no really, it's kind of at the midpoint now of the auto-scroller. There's no way to really, there's no checkpoint per se, but... So the difference will be here, if you manage to avoid getting on the boat, Mega Man you'll have better control in Mega Man. You can fire to the right and to the left. With this boat, you can only fire to the right. I believe you cannot pause the game. You might be able to pause the game with Mega Man running. I'm not sure. You can't in how Primal is right now. But I believe if you die, it's a soft lock. If you're not on the... Okay, nice bubble skip there by Krister. And we're taking the boat. Okay. So, Kaiser's taking a nice little sail. We're gonna fight Wave Man. Now, you might have noticed, Charge Man's weapon here, it uses your slide. And Wave Man doesn't like that. It can get you through the waves. It can get you through a lot of stuff. You can still take damage pretty easily, though. But Primal is done with the 8 Robot Masters, so Primal is heading on to the Dark Man stages. So the layout of the game from here is there are 4 Darkman stages, and then spoiler, there's 4 Dr. Wily levels because, well, when you know, Darkman's not really the enemy. Surprise, surprise. Sorry if I spoiled it for anyone. So we have the Return of the Tigers here. They can body you really badly in this level if they get a chance to, and in the next one too, come to think about it. Especially with these pits around. Thankfully, they're always at the same place, and they pretty much always jump at the same time as far as I can tell, so it's pretty easy to know what to do. So Kaiser's gotten through the boat ride, and second to Wave Man, who will probably be kicked to death here pretty quickly. So there's a lot of stuff going on this screen where Primal's at, a lot of enemies. A lot of them just kind of fly off the screen, so you don't have to worry about them after they've dropped their missiles. They're harmless, unless you jump into them. Okay, so we got another horizontal stretch coming up for Primal. It's got one of those walker-type enemies in it. There it is. Just slide past them. Don't bother fighting them. Here's the Yoku Block Room number 1. That's done. Yoku Block Room number 2. That's done as well. Okay, no more of those, I think, for the rest of the game. At least until the next... at least until next round. Or match, I should say. So, we got the Dark Tank here. It is weak to water. When you shoot it, it shoots at you. When you shoot at it, the tank shoots at you. So you want to be cognizant of that. And the tank gets faster the more damage it takes too. And after a while, it will try to shoot you and run you. It'll keep trying to run you over. But it's not a problem for Primal. He takes it down, heads off into Dark 2. And Kaiser is in Dark 1. Takes a slightly different way getting through that tiger there, I think, at least. I think he did. I think they did. So a lot of this Dark 2 here, and in some ways Dark 1, are enemies you've seen before, things you've seen before, just with some slightly different type of things. So we have these conveyor belts coming up, and you got spikes above you too, so you can't jump too high. And you got these enemies that drop stuff on you too when you get under them. But Primal just slides by with no problem. I usually use gravity there, but that's how I do it. You can easily just get around the crystal shooters. So Kaiser's heading into Dark Tank. Primal getting a bit bodied there by those enemies between those columns. Oh. You can see there how it's really easy on a Kaiser screen to get caught up by the tank sometimes. So, Primal's heading on to the Dark Walker. Dark Walker is weak, I believe, to several things, but we're going to use Beat on him because Beat will just home in on him and you can just spend your time avoiding him while letting Beat do what he does. So for each hit that Beat does, or major attempted hit, or close to hit I should say, because it varies slightly, Beat will lose weapon energy. So that's something you'll need to replenish at some point, which is why we have the Master Tanks. Because as I said earlier, your weapon energy does not replenish between these levels. So Dark 3 has 4 horizontal areas that are here, that are outside. We'll be seeing some use of Arrow and maybe Rush Jet to get through them. Kaiser's going through the conveyor belts with no problem. Good. It's easy to trip up there and die. Okay, so here's the second of the areas. And Primal's just going to arrow through it. Just get off before he hits the ceiling and die, and potentially falls to his doom. So here's another one. Oh, nice slide there. Very nice slide. And nice, that double arrow there, that second one will get you right just over the spikes. Really nice to do that. It's a whole lot easier. And so Kaiser's heading into the second, into the Dark Walker. And, excuse me. Primal's heading up to the last of the outdoor areas. It has just enough super arrow energy to... Oh, nice slide there. Really nice sliding under those enemies there. If that would have hit one or he would have got bonked by it, he probably would have fallen. So we got the Dark Shooter here. Those white things that you see flying into the air, they will freeze you in place, stick you in the air like glue, and you're pretty much stuck there until this dark bot either steps on you or shoots you. Sweet gyro, just keep it doing this attack and avoiding the freezing glue things, whatever you want to call them, and you are fine. Meanwhile, Kaiser's made it into Dark 3. We'll see how they handle the flying here. So Dark 4 is really short. You break a bunch of crumbling blocks that lowers the room, and from there you eventually face Darkman. And that's it for the level. And for some reason Primal is stopped for a second, not sure what was going on there. Ooh, and Kaiser fell again. Ouch. And that's at so we're at the snake here. Yep, we're at the snake. So this is the third of the 4 outdoor areas. Okay, so hey, that Proto Man was Darkman all along. Who knew? And it looks like at some point Primal used the M-Tank. I didn't catch that. Ooh, Kaiser fell again. Ooh, that might be game over. Nope, still another life. Okay. Beat takes down Darkman with no problem. Kaiser's using the M-Tank to refill everything. So here's why a lot of runners will play the Japanese version of the game. This is where it saves about 17 to 18 seconds over the non-Japanese version by using the text, which scrolls a bit faster. I believe it might use less lettering, perhaps. I'm not completely sure, but I think it saves a good 17 to 18 seconds. So Kaiser has gotten through that outdoor area and is heading toward the last one. Hopefully that one will be a lot kinder than the previous one. Meanwhile, Primal's heading into Wily 1. We get to see a trash compactor / falling wall, big wall in here. Those of you that have nightmares from Dustman's level or from Metal Shark Player, well, you know what's coming up. So Kaiser's pulling out the gyro attack and is using that on Darkman here. Apparently, the closer if you stand close enough to this boss, it will fire its freezing thing more often than just trying to shoot you and walk around and jumping. I never noticed that until now. Let's keep that in mind for when I play this game next time. Might make it a bit easier. Kaiser's heading over to Darkman 4. Primal's heading through Wily 1. I'm going... Oh! Spiked. That might have been intentional. Maybe not. Never mind. Thought maybe Kaiser wanted to reset their lives there. Apologies for the silence there for a bit. I don't think that's on my end. Everything's getting kinda just farm lives. Yeah. So, I think my internet's acting up slightly here. Primal was at the first boss here in Wily. And, hey, Darkman's down for Kaiser. So for this boss, Primal is on. He's already got down. For some reason I'm getting, I think I'm having some internet trouble on mine. I said, anyway, so I'll keep doing this, going with this as well as I can. So for that boss, what Primal did is, the boss is only vulnerable when one of its parts is not attached to it. So if you can hit that while it's going on, well, that's what you have. Alright, I am sorry for that. My internet, I'm not sure what's going on here, so I will get my, let me set my screens back up and I'll figure out what we're doing here. Okay, so Kaiser is at the... okay, so... what Primal's gonna do here is skip the refights except for Napalm Man. And... because what do you know, this Wily boss is... Wily Press is right next door to it. Right across the wall. So... Kaiser's heading into... Wily 2. And... so Wily Press will move back and forth a random number of times and then drop down. You can use, you can climb up like we're seeing Primal doing him with the Star Man's weapon, which is probably the fastest way to do it. You can just use the Buster on him and do some sliding back and forth to hop a pit if you need to. That takes longer, probably a bit safer, but Wily Press is down. So Primal's heading into the last level. As you're going through the last underwater section in the game, I believe. So the game's really nice. In the last one, we're like, you know what? This game's been pretty easy, so we're gonna put 2 hard-hitting enemies in here, plus 1 small damaging one, not give you any E-tank or any way to heal up or anything. And just have you go at it. So Wily Tank here is weak to the super arrow. So the thing you've been riding on all game also turns out to be a pretty good weapon here. And you want to get it right in the mouth. You saw it bounce off the jaw there for Primal. So we pulled out Beat for Wily Capsule. Wily Capsule is pretty simple. He appears, drops a bomb, drops some energy, it spreads across the floor, then there's a bit of another energy circle afterwards. Sometimes you get 2 hits in with Beat, sometimes just 1, sometimes Beat will go for a hit and won't hit and will actually cost you some weapon energy. Like with Gyro Man's, with Granny Man's weapon, you have just enough energy per hit here. I didn't get to talk about this boss that Kaiserkrister earlier because technical problems. It's reach a gyro, throw it in the sides when it gets open. That's about it. Right, the platforms when needed. So Primal just needs 2 more hits here with Beat. Okay, it's gonna be 3 more. Now it's just 1. And that is it for Primal here. Primal has beaten Wily, so that is the first one there for him. And GG Primal, you get to do it again. So Kaiser is fighting Charge Man again. Perhaps either plan on doing all the refights or plans on going through there. Oh, looks like Primal, it's gonna be Kaiser's doing the refights. Oh no, I haven't seen this before. Looks like Kaiser's going to use Rush Jet to go through the wall. And if you know, Chrissy gets this does save some time from doing all the refights, up to a point, you know. Maybe there's some secret strategy that has to involve just draining Rush Jet almost down to nothing. Maybe that helps later on. Who knows? We're still finding out new things about this game, like any game, so... Yeah, Random Rush to break a wall, just... You hit enough, it should go, right? Rush is a good dog. Unless it's Mega Man 7 and he doesn't dig up what you want him to dig at. And then that's probably still your fault for not putting him where he needs to go. Okay, so Kaiser's heading on to the last level. We'll see how this goes. Hopefully better than some other things have. It's been a bit of a rough run for Chrissy here. A couple, some deaths here and there. And it happens. I mean, I didn't finish either of my runs when I was in my match against Primal, so I can't really say anything. It's... So looks like Primal's gonna do some practice while Chrissy takes care of the tank here. And oh, just out of energy for it. And almost out of health. Oh, ouch. Interestingly enough, mentioning the tasks, or the very first Mega Man, if you were to go to task videos and look up the very earliest Mega Man 5 task, it actually did not Gemini, gosh, Gyro Man first, so it could use Rust Jet all over the place. It's a really interesting run to watch. So Chrissy here on round 2 with Wily. No Super Arrow. As I said, there's no E-Tanks or M-Tanks on this level. No, you're stuck with what you got, so the only way to replenish everything is to game over. But the hard part's done. Oh, well, we did have an M-Tank still. Okay. That works. And we're not using Beat. Okay. So while he can be hit with Beat, the Mega Buster, or Gyro, those are probably the 3 easiest things to hit him with. Anything else, you're probably going to have some trouble. That's because if you notice, he doesn't like to spawn near you on the ground very often, so... Yeah, the stone just bounces right off him, from the looks of it there, unless I didn't see that correctly. But that's GG there for Kaiserkrister. GG for Chrissy for getting through this. That was some interesting memeing. Oh. Oops, I just did something stupid. Excuse me. So we'll have at least a second race here coming up shortly. As I said before, this is best of 3. This is a semifinals match, and the winner of this set goes to on to face Feral Pigman in the finals. There's a lot on the line here. And just taking care of some technical stuff here with race rooms and things. Okay. Chrissy has said in chat that you're aiming to get that the Norwegian is aiming to get that sub 40 now, so Primal giving us a good example there and some good practice on the Wily 1 boss. Okay, match 2 should be up here. The next race here should be up pretty soon. So hold on, and you need to grab water or something like that. I got plenty to go, so I've got a good about half a glass plus a 20 ounce of dark pepper I haven't even touched yet. So, chat, while we're waiting, what are you looking forward to here in this second race? What do you think we're going to see? A soft lock and wave man. Yeah, I believe that lots of running and shooting. I believe that if there is a soft Waveman soft lock, that the runners are permitted to use a password to get them back to Waveman's level with the stages they previously cleared with the beat levels. I believe that's okay. It looks like we've had a power off and on. We've had a power. I can't talk. Primal has reset his system/emulator because then so more explosions. I've been told that if you let the cutscene play through at the beginning, you're gonna have some trouble because it changes some things. Don't remember exactly what they are at the moment, but it's not good. Okay, so we're on race 2. We are off. We are heading over to Starman. We're back at the beginning. Alright, yeah, good luck to the runners. So again, low gravity in this level. Looking forward to your first view of any Mega Man game, okay. So we got our first letter, 7 to go. Oh! Oh, Chrissy goes right into the spikes. I have done that before countless times. Ooh. Oh, and Primal hits the spikes too. Okay, well, Chrissy's ahead now by half a screen or so. There's a checkpoint near there, so that's good. It's Chrissy's in the lead for the first time in this set. We'll see if that lead can be maintained. Yeah. Yes, you are getting more explosions. Oh, okay. Primal gets a save there. Oh, but not that time. Just couldn't get that damage boost and got spiked again. Ouch. Chrissy's at Starman. Just stick your arm right through the shield. The shield works a whole lot better when you use it generally than when Starman does. Yeah, this is a... Oh, again. Oh, this is looking more like one of my runs here. You know, that's yeah. This is actually good. Oh, okay, Christy did not. I think the gravity jump skip there. Yeah, this is kind of what it looks like the first time you play this game. Starman stage is pretty tricky. That gravity really throws you off even if you've done it. And it's just probably one of the harder levels, to be honest. And it's probably a good thing it's at the beginning of the run instead of the end. Yeah. But now that we got super arrow, things will be a whole lot easier provided we use it correctly. So, Chrissy's going to take that super arrow into Gravity Man's level and just start zipping, oh, excuse me. We don't do zips in this game yet. Not yet, at least. Just start flying around with it. Again, you want to hang around the tip of the arrow, not stand exactly on it, because that just drains the arrow so fast that you can't use it after essentially one horizontal screen. Okay, Primal's taking care of Starman like nothing ever happened. This is opinion here. I haven't played... Oh, Chrissy missed the that little platform stand on there. I haven't played 9 and 10. I've only played 1 through 8. I think if you can beat 1 and 8, you can beat, you should be able to beat 2 through 7 with little problem. That's just my opinion, though. But anyways, Chrissy gets the arrow that they wanted earlier and just flies right past that enemy. Yeah, spike explosion bonus round. Maybe you should have a counter going for that or something. Unofficially, of course. Unofficially, of course. Yeah, Chrissy's wrapping up Gravity Man's stage, where he's got Starman's weapon out. "11, 7, and 2, okay. I haven't played 11 either, come to think about it. Doesn't matter, though. Okay, Gravity Man goes down with no problem for Chrissy. And Primal, misses the arrow, but has enough to make a second one. And Primal's gaining ground here pretty quickly. Still has a bit of a ways to go, but this is Mega Man 5. Anything can happen. If Primal wins this, he's off to face Feral Pigman for the championship. Chrissy wins, we get a third fight. We get a third match here. So, okay, Gyro Man stage. Lots of long areas you want the super arrow for. Also, a lot of places where it's easy to die. Gravity Man goes down with no problem for Primal. Me. Oh, nice using that, Chrissy just taking out that one enemy with the last arrow while riding one. Nice. Yeah, you don't always get the height you exactly want with that super arrow. Yeah, they're making use of the lives they're bound to pick up. Mega Man 5 is very generous compared to some of the other ones. In terms of difficulty, I'd probably say it's probably one of the easier ones. It's definitely easier than 4 and 1. Probably about the same difficulty as 3. Maybe the normal difficulty on 2. 6 is 6 to 6. So yeah, this game can be very generous with lives and sometimes E-tanks too. We're seeing some really nice use of the arrow throughout this level by both runners. Okay, Primal punches that enemy too, so with the super arrow, so perhaps that's standard, and I just haven't realized that yet. Chrissy has taken the second elevator, and is about a drop and a few rooms away from Gyro Man. Second time I did that. We already beat Gravity Man. So again, with the Gyro Man fight, why do I keep doing that? You want to use Gravity Man's weapon, but you don't want to spam it because then you run out before you defeat the boss. So there's some timing to it. Okay. Luckily, Primal does not fall there to those spike enemies. It's easy to do, as I said before. Primal's finishing up his second elevator. And we got Rush Jet now, so if something happens with Super Arrow, we can jet if we need to. Rush Jet, not nearly as fast as Super Arrow, but still useful in some places. Okay, so for Crystal Man's level, again, we're getting all the letters here, so we will not be using the skip to get to the end of the level. If you don't know how that works, essentially, if you die a certain way in that first room, I believe, the game will just hang for a minute or two, and then voila, when you respawn after being dead, you will be at the boss room for Crystal Man. I like to think of as Mega Man just invisibly running through the level while that wait's going on. But it saves time, but you don't get all the letters, so it's a trade-off. Most runners, at least in this tournament, have been getting the letters. Oh gosh, what came first, Mega Man or Metroid? I want to say Metroid came out earlier, because I believe Metroid was 86, and I believe Mega Man was 87. You might want to check the Japanese release dates on those. I could be wrong. So yeah, so Crystal Man, a lot going on here that I haven't really talked about like I should. Good super arrows through those corridors with the fallen crystals for Primal. Those things can just knock you flat out and into the end. Let's see if Chrissy gets the how many shots Chrissy absorbs. 1, 2. Ooh, takes 2, so slightly more lag. Okay, yeah. Interestingly enough, in this game there is an enemy that looks slightly like a Metroid. It will like hang to a ceiling or platform that's drop down and charge at you. It's not a Metroid though, but it looks just tiny. It reminds me a bit of them. Okay, so Crystal Man is done for Chrissy. Chrissy's heading off to Napalm Man. While Primal is facing Crystal. 1, 2. Okay, absorbing 2 bullets too, instead of 3, like 4. Okay, there's the third one. Okay, that helps with the lag. And I believe Mega Man 5, honestly, came out in 92, I want to say. I remember seeing a previous for it in a Boys Life magazine back when I was in Cub Scout, so it was a while ago. I want to say it was in 92. Maybe 93. Might have been 91, actually. He's gonna get some Metroid love in the chat. Let's have some Mega Man love too. That's what we're watching right now. There's nothing wrong with either of them. So if Chrissy has used, yes, okay, Chrissy can get past this annoying area here with the spikes and those missile launching enemies. You're third or fourth all this cartridge. Okay, so yeah, so yeah, Metroid did have a late. Yeah, that was very common at the time for games to be released a lot later here in the. When I say here, so I'm in the U.S. In America, in the United States of America. So I'm in Ohio, if anyone cares. And the so we'd get the games a lot later, especially like Dragon Quest came out in, what, like 85 and didn't come out here till like 87 or 88 or something after Final Fantasy. But I think some Metroid games came out in the U.S. after came out in the U.S. before Japan later on. Though I could be wrong about that. Anyways, back to Mega Man 5. So Napalm Man, you want him to shoot missiles. You don't want him to shoot bombs. Bombs take time. They light the game up a bit, and Napalm Man has to do some jumping. Primal is heading over toward Napalm Man, taking care of these missiles with Gravity Man's weapon, and those enemies too that shoot the balls at you. So when fighting Napalm Man, also you want the big crystal to hit. You don't want the crystal to split up because that just really slows down the game. It's not like Gemini Man laser bad, but it's pretty bad still. So Chrissy is maintaining the lead. I think it's starting to dwindle a bit though. So we'll see how things keep going. Maybe Chris can keep this up and get that sub 40 they mentioned that they want. Okay, getting slowed down a bit by that room, and we get rid of the mouse. The mice sometimes track you, or they don't really track you, but it feels like it at least, and they go back and forth and they can get you pretty good. We're just cruising on through this room. Oh, getting a bit bodied there by the enemies. So Primal's flying on through. Any questions about this game or what's going on here from chat? So Stone Man likes to jump. You want low jumps, you don't want high jumps, because you see with high jumps he crumbles. I'm gonna let myself get distracted. Anyways, yeah, so high jumps take longer, and Primal's already at Stone Man here too, is just hot on Chrissy's heels. We're just like a level transition and screen and a half away or something between the two right now. We'll see how the arrow usage goes here in Charge Man. Both runners didn't really get the full ride, I don't think, on the first train section here. We'll see if that changes this time. Nope. Got shot off. So we gotta leg it. Alright, chicken and mice room for Chrissy. Kill as much as you need to. Unless you not get anywhere. Primal gets the ride. It looks like Primal's getting the ride on the arrow. Good job there. It's a bit of a laggy ride because there's so many enemies and things. You can see some flickering going on there, but... Oh, Chrissy misses the jump and goes to the Rush Coil. So Rush Coil is kind of weird in this game. When you jump on Rush, Rush doesn't just stand there and spring up, he springs up with you. Yeah, essentially. I'm not really too good with the time differences, to be honest. In my mind, it's more of like where they geographically at in the game compared to actual time. That's kind of more how I measure it. And it looks like we're going to have dual charge fights here, so Primal's definitely catching up. So again, you want to pause if you can't use any more of the stone to hit him because it just takes... Yeah, see, he's right there now. This lead might change partway through Wave Man. Yeah. But yeah, because Primal got that ride on the arrow, and I think that helped a lot. And let me take a quick look at the bracket. Primal was seated at 4, Chrissy at 8, so definitely some difference in there. You know, Primal is consistently getting runs, you know, in this tournament. I think they're like in the mid-30s, so yeah. Yeah, Clean Charge Man will do wonders for you. So we'll see what happens with Wave here. And if Charge Man cooperates, that helps a lot too. If he's not, you know, charging you all over the place or shooting every 5 seconds. So let's see. Bubble skip time. Does Chrissy go for it? Yes. There's part 1. We got part 2, and Primal's just about there too. And wow, this is really close. So Chrissy is opting for the boat. Primal is not, and gets the skip. Alright, so Primal can pause, Chrissy cannot. Primal can shoot to the left, Chrissy cannot. Chrissy can die and start the level again. Primal dies, he soft locks. So we'll see how this goes. If you notice too, Primal's not even on the screen and is pretty much taking no damage, at least from what I can tell. I don't have the audio on though, so I can't see exactly what's going on, but... Or hear what's going on, I should say. Wow, yeah. To be honest, I didn't actually, let's see. Yeah. Yeah, that is something there. And, don't you have a game to be playing, Chrissy? Yeah. So I missed a bit because my stream froze up for a bit while I was watching, while they were both in the auto-scroller. So it looks like Primal's just barely in the lead now. Wave Man is down, we're heading up the Dark Man for both runners. Okay, Dark 1, Return of the Tigers. I bring them up a lot because I have trouble with them, but I'm also not good at the game, so that might have something to do with it. Yeah, they don't like you. So them just kind of. Ooh, yeah, that one looked like it was about to jump back on Chrissy again, and ooh. Okay, Chrissy managed to get out of that tiger pit without losing a life. Those can jump just high enough if you're not careful and knock you off. It's not like Monkey from Mega Man 3 bad, but still pretty good. And oh, Chrissy's energy is low, really low. Primal can just slide right through the enemy there, and okay, there's an energy refill. Will Chrissy take it? Yes, probably needs that, because if not, Chrissy would have to fight the walker coming up. Oh, there's some more energy. Primal through the Yoku block rooms. Yeah. Mega Man 5 Extreme Edition. Welcome to hard mode. So the two Yoku block rooms in this game are pretty much a joke. Unless you have Rush Jet. Sometimes you have to jump on that platform there like we saw Chrissy do, or because it just depends on how things go. The Dark Tank is down for Primal. Chrissy's sliding right into there. Okay, that fight went a lot better for Chrissy this time, I think, than it did in the first race, where that tank was really just starting to run over him a lot. So this is still this is close here. We've had very consistent play from Chrissy after Starman. Both players have been playing very consistently after Starman. It was just getting through Starman that was the challenge. It looks like Primal on my side's frozen up a bit. I hope everything's okay. Got a nice shot of him shooting out toward one of those trains. Okay, so Primal is back with well, he was back with us. He got through the conveyor belts. I will keep you up. Okay, he's going through the crystal enemies. Hope everything's okay over there. Darkman 3 is the Widowmaker. Yes, it is. Make sure you have your Last Will and Testament ready, just in case, when you play that level. Make sure to kiss your spouse and children goodbye too, if need be. That was an awful joke that I should not have made. So Primal is getting pretty close here to the end of Dark 2. Beat does wonders here. You can use Napalm and Crystal on this boss as well, and takes care of him pretty quickly. Not as fast as Beat, though. Only downside is you have to use M-Tank for Beat later on, but you'd probably use M-Tank later for something anyways, especially if you're doing all the boss refights, which I'm sure Primal will not be doing. But we'll want to refill Beat anyways for Dark 4 and for Wily Capsule. So, again, we are still pretty close here. Chrissy's at the Darkman 2 boss and has just beaten it, and we'll be heading on to the Widowmaker, as we were just reminded in chat. We saw some deaths here last time. I believe from Chrissy. I think Primal got through everything okay. There's a lot of open pits on this level, and Rush Jet can fly. Super Arrow can fly. Mega Man can't fly without those. So if something goes wrong, then it's a long way down. And the checkpoints are not the most forgiving in this area either. I think there's like two. One before the snake room and one before the boss. Yes, if you do need information on the Mega Man 5 tournament, just !MM5 in chat, and our SpeedGaming bot will pop stuff up for you. You look at the bracket and see the schedule. I don't think we have anything. Well, we can't have any other runs scheduled until after this one. Nice getting through there, but okay, so that's where Primal likes to use the M tank. Nice getting through the area with those arrows. Yeah, so we don't have any matches scheduled until after this one because we can't, essentially. So we got two matches after this one. The bronze match and the finals. Once I've looked at the bracket wrong. Yes, we've been doing this here for a month and a half, I want to say, at this point. That we're getting near the end. So Dark 3, again, if you stay close enough to this enemy, he won't jump around and just shoot all the time. He'll just keep trying to freeze you in place. And that's good, because you can just keep wailing on him with Gyro Man's weapon. And, by the way, if you haven't... Oh, no! Nice, Primal, nice. Getting frozen there at the end. Make sure to give these runners a follow. If you haven't done so yet. Okay, so we're heading into the last of the outdoor areas here. Oh no, this is the snake room, never mind. Or there's a snake in both of them, never mind. That's the last one, though. So, Chrissy's heading over to the Darkman 3 fight. Primal starting Darkman 4. Yes, yeah, thank you for putting that in chat. Yeah. A well-done Darkman 3 level is beautiful to watch. A Darkman 3 level where things go wrong is painful to watch and really painful to play. I can tell you that from experience. So the real Pro Man has shown up and is revealing Darkman's true nature. So, let's see, Primal will pull out Beat. And, I didn't talk too much about the Darkman 4 fight earlier. He essentially does a lot of what the other one does. He's got the shield from Dark 2. He shoots a lot like Dark 1. He doesn't really follow me. He just kind of stands there, though, a lot of times, unless you run around, so... Chrissy's heading over to Dark 4 now. Pulling out Beat. We're finding out the truth that it was Dr. Wily all along. Gasp, surprise. I want to say the translated text is essentially, now that the real Proto-Man has appeared, I can no longer blame him for my crimes. I've captured Dr. Light. If you want him, come to my castle. Something like that. And Chrissy's about to get the bad news. The game is not over yet. Primal picking up that M-Tank and another E-Tank just to be safe, because, hey, you never know. M-Tanks, you can only hold one at a time. Thankfully, they appear in various places throughout the game, so it's not like there's only one, period. There is a good... I think they appear in good... I think at least 3-4 locations, maybe 5? See, because there's one in Crystal Man, I believe there's one in Stone Man. There's this one here in Wily 1. That might be it, there might just be those 3. Primal using it already. Again, you want super arrow here, and your weapon energy does not refill between levels. Doing some nice arrow riding there to get through the conveyors, and should have just enough to get through this conveyor section too. Yes, and a good shot there. That should plug you right to the wall. Yes. So just pause and despawn, and now we're at the crusher. Trash compactor slash whatever you want to call it. I'm not sure what the function of this thing is anyways, but it's a thing. It's here. It's a devious trap to stop Mega Man, and just seeing going through that wall there, and nice chicken step. Going through that wall there, I always worried someone's gonna get crushed, but nope. These runners know what they're doing. We're getting an M-Tank usage by Chrissy. And Primal's heading off to the boss. This boss cannot be hurt unless one of its sections is decoupled from it. So what you want to do is pull out Crystal once you get it decoupled and get into the back of the boss if you can, just like that, and keep hitting it as much as possible. And Primal's off to Wily 2. Yeah, those errors have been good. Really good. I can't, I'm still working on doing the little back and forth dance on the tip of them. I tend to fall off more often than not. Oh! Chrissy gets crushed, and that checkpoint is right at a super arrow location here, where generally you arrow through this section, and it's like Chrissy's gonna have to do it on foot, maybe rush jet. Might be work, but yeah, it's Chrissy gets back through it though. Primal's going underwater. I think this is the only underwater section in the game. Come to think about it. That section had a crush on Chrissy. Wow. Now Chrissy is frozen up a bit, and Primal is giving us Primal's still moving here, and okay, we got Chrissy going again. Hope going okay over there. And Chrissy has gotten through the Crusher segment. Now Primal's freezing up a bit for some reason. Oh, we're probably trying to get some resyncs going, maybe? I don't know. Primal's audio is not usable, so we gotta use with whatever, either Silencer or Chrissy, so... Okay. We got Primal back on now. Yeah. So, this boss. I don't remember its name. It's like a bunch of letters and numbers. Balls occasionally fly through the air. It opens up, you hit it with gyro, that's it. Just ride the platforms. It's not too hard. So, Primal's heading into the refight area. Wily 3. Is it going to be Napalm and go through the wall again? Or are we going to get to see all 8 Robot Masters again? Or some number in between of 1 and 8? Okay, there's another M-Tank, so that's at least 4 in the game. Oh, Primal's kind of locked, frozen up again here. Not sure what's going on today. Hope everyone's doing okay with their internet. I mean, mine's a bit spotty, but that's normal. Like, the sunnier it is, the worse it is where I'm at, so, okay. Primal's gone over to Napalm Man. Looks like just how that has him beaten. Now, Chrissy going through Wily 2. This lead between Chrissy and Primal has widened up some, but some of that price through that Crusher death in Wily 1. And some just generally good play from Primal. And Chrissy's been very consistent and good. I'm pretty confident that outside of Starman, that this RNG manipulation, that outside of Starman, that this run has been a lot better for Chrissy. It seems to be more consistent. Just that Starman level just got to both these players, and traversing what red on the timers. But that's okay, it happens sometimes. They both keep going, it hasn't stopped them. So, Primal's heading to the last level. While Chrissy's heading to the refights. I'd be surprised if Chrissy tries to ram Rush Jet through the wall again. It didn't work very well last time, but hey, you never know. Primal is got the super arrow out to take out the skull tank. It's a weapon, it's a platform, it's whatever you need it to be, essentially. So pulling out Beat now for Wily Capsule. Getting that nice hit right before the first disappearance. I never think about that. I usually don't pull out Beat until, I think, right when Wily appears, to be honest. That might have something to do with it. Chrissy's has frozen up on us. Hopefully everything's going okay there. Primal's just slowly whittling away down Wily Capsule's energy. Beat hasn't messed up yet, so that's good. Ooh, Primal's energy's getting a bit low. Oh, good thing you got that E-Tank. There's no way to refill your weapon energy outside of farming enemies in Wily 4 or game overing or having an M-Tank, so yeah. I think 2-3 hits left for Primal. That's it. GG's Primal. Primal has won both. And looks like Chrissy is going for the Rush Jet. So let's see if we can get Primal in here to chat. And while waiting on to see what's going on with that, Christy is on Wily Press and is has a good chance here of actually we're pretty close to that sub 40. Might be slightly over it. I don't know. I don't want to jinx it though, but it's that's not going to help. That would be very, very close. That fast level transition helps a lot. Chrissy heading on to the last level. Okay. I'm not sure if Krister got it or not either, to be honest. And Krister is... okay, I thought Krister was kind of standing there for a bit. They got it? Okay, yeah, I actually missed it too because I was taking care of hitting buttons and stuff here to get Primal set up in case he wants to join us for a chat app now, since he's won, since he's done. Ooh, not having the arrow here probably means no sub 40. Unfortunately. I didn't know you could get behind the tank like that. Wow. We've learned today that the tank cannot be hit from behind. At least not with the Buster. Yeah, Chrissy has beat, but I guess just going for the Mega Buster. I guess the urge to meme, I guess, just got a bit too... You know what? They might not have an M-Tank and be out of beat, too, come to think about it. There's some the screen froze a couple times, so things might have happened that we didn't catch or see. We won't know unless there's a pause. Oh yeah, beat could be used because I see an M-Tank. So this is probably memeing, and oh yeah, that reminds me too, seeing that gravity. Their gravity flash shows you where the Wily's appearing at. I forgot about that because I didn't really need to see it earlier. Oh! GG's, Chrissy. Wally being a troll up to the very end. Okay, Primal does not have time to chat. GG's Primal. Good luck in your race, in your next race with the Feral Pigman. Now, Chrissy, feel free to come in and chat if you want. Alright, Chrissy is going to be joining us. And talk about what we've seen here. GG, Chrissy.
Wow, what a game.
Yes, yes, definitely that. Your second run was a lot more consistent, I think, better than your first one. It was definitely I saw you had some trouble with Starman, and I don't know if you noticed what Primal did too. Starman just like wrecked both you there at the beginning. So, how do you think your races went today?
I did terrible, is what I want to say, but I gave my best. You know, you don't always have good luck during races. Some bad deaths and stuff, but I got to showcase the frame perfect rush skip and some beatless strats at the end. Shout out to all the beatless runners out there.
Yeah. I hadn't seen the rush jet trick before there at the reef fight, so I wasn't really sure what was going on at first. But once you got that, it was really cool. I'll have to go back and actually catch that because I didn't actually see it at the moment. But yeah, so
yeah, that's a trick that I made RTA when I routed arrowless, like this whole game without the arrows, so you can actually save time on the refights instead of doing the refights. It's I think you have to do one frame perfect tricks in a row to get it. You have to slide into him and you have to slide out again. So that is why it's not very consistent, but if you're lucky, you know, if Rush is a good boy, maybe you're lucky, you know.
Rush is always a good boy.
I don't know, man. Nah, I'm just joking. He's a good boy. It's fine. But yeah, it was I was like, oh yeah, Primal had some issues with Starman stage in the second run. I was not surprised that he picked up the pace quite fast after that, though. Primal is a very good opponent in this game.
Primal was gaining ground each level, and after Charge Man, you two were both at Charge. All of a sudden, it was like Primal's. I think someone said maybe 13 seconds behind. All of a sudden, you two were fighting Charge Man at the same time. All of a sudden, so it was getting those arrows. I think on the trains that helped a lot too. There, it's definitely saved some time.
Yeah, the red arrow or the arrow Primal did on the red part of the train. The second part is actually RNG because you need a drop from one of the enemies, and the arrow placement is not that bad, but like you had to do some movement on the arrow if you place it weirdly. So it's like a very cool strat that saves a lot of time. So yeah, I even missed the first one, which is like the easy one to get.
Yeah. The enemy said no and just shot you right down.
Yeah,
the enemy was just like no.
Like I saw because we shoot from the other like screen transition, it was kind of hard to get my next placement right. So I was like, okay, let's just like jump over and do a damage boost and do some damage control. That is the smartest thing to do. So.
And I have to say, I think that your second run, if you would have gone with beat and had a bit less trouble with the boss rush skip, you might have got that sub 40 or been very, very close to it. Pace you were going would have been pretty close, but I think you're on your way there.
Oh, I have a 3654 in this game. So
Okay.
I already have the sub 40.
Okay.
I just wanted to not look that noobish. But, you're not noobish, I guess.
Yeah.
Anyways, just I'm here to have fun and play my favorite speed game.
Yeah. That's why I joined too. I mean, I've never had a run that's less than an hour yet, so I did it more just to get better at the game and have fun. So.
Yeah, but you know, when you play the speedrun game for so long, you kind of like, if you don't get like a run under like a certain time for that you've had, you feel like you're a noob, right? Like I do that, but I feel I'm bad if I don't get a run under a certain time. But that is me personally. That is something at least I have built up for some speed games that I've done. But yeah, again, it's very important to just have fun. And even if you're bad at a game, just join the tournament and learn the game like you did. Just like have fun and compete. Like it's not like life and death tournament.
Yeah. So you're going to face Papat.1 here in the bronze, if I'm looking at the bracket correctly. So what are your thoughts heading into that matchup?
Against Papat. Oh, really? Wait, really? I haven't updated in a while. Oh no, I actually am going against Papat.
Yep, you're in the bronze match.
Okay, I'm just gonna like ask the devs for Mega Man 5 to just make 16 levels where there's just Wily 2, so like Q9 fight. Because that is Papatat's favorite boss and stage. So if I do that, I think I have a shot. But yeah, it's gonna be fun.
Yeah, it's yeah, it will be. I'm looking forward to that match. I'm looking forward to the championship match too between Primal and Feral Pigman too. It's been quite a tournament, and a lot's happened here over the last month and a half with it. So yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun. I just want to mention real quick. Me personally is hoping to get more Mega Man tournaments, relays, or other events going. I had the little plan of suggesting a Mega Man 3 tournament. We still have a few matches, as Worm mentioned, for Mega Man 5. But yeah, I had a little hope for that. So if anybody watching here likes Mega Man 3, just raise a hand in the Mega Discord or something. So yeah, just hoping to get more events going. So
that would be really cool, and I'm looking forward to that if it happens.
Oh yeah, we need more commentary, Warren. So it looks like you got to learn Mega Man 3 as well.
I'm a lot more. I feel I'm a lot more competent at Mega Man 3 than Mega Man 5. Not fast at it, but more competent at least. Yeah. So yeah, make sure to give Chrissy and Primal follows here for great runs they did today. And so anything else you want us to know?
Check out Warren as well.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. And
you got to shout out you as well. You know.
Yeah. And thank you for organizing this tournament.
Anytime, man. And yeah, I should probably say thanks to SpeedGaming for also having us, and we will definitely continue to chill with you guys because you guys are amazing.
Yes, thank you to SpeedGaming for.
I'm gonna.
Sorry, talk over you there.
Car. Oh, don't worry about it. Yeah, I'm done. Thanks for watching, everybody, from me, and Warren will take you guys out. Bye.
Bye, Chrissy. GG Chrissy, GG Primal. Thank you for watching. Thank you to SpeedGaming for hosting this tournament, for all the great stuff you do. While we're talking about SpeedGaming, coming up here on the various channels today, if you need something else to watch, on this channel at 3 o'clock we got a Final Fantasy V Career Day tournament. SpeedGaming 1, we got some, later on we got, actually even right now, we got a continuation of the Hollow Knight All Skills tournament. There's a lot of the Link to the Past randomizer tourney going on today. There's some Super Metroid Rando League going on. There's Pac-Man World 2 today. And there's also, looks like there's also a good chunk of time here for the Super Mario Maker versus League today. So there's plenty of stuff going on the SpeedGaming networks. So you can always go over to speedgaming.org/schedule to see what's going on. It should adjust to your time zone. So a lot going on today. So I believe that's it. Hopefully we'll have our next 2 matches set up here. It will be for the bronze Kaiserkrister versus Papat.1, and then for our finals it will be Primal85 versus Feral Pigman. For SpeedGaming and the Mega Man 5 tournament, I am Warren Traveler. Thank you all for watching. See you next mission. Goodbye.